Hi, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Snowrunner, where we are doing the contests in Alaska and we are starting with Northport. And the first contest that we are attempting is called Employee Dislocation. It's right here near the port, and all it entails is to carry um, one unit of service spare parts, which is available right here next to the contest. So you just need to get a truck up there and you can load it instantly. And in under 7 minutes, we need to get this down to the port right here. So my first thought was that we can simply pick this up and come down the mountain. But let's try to attempt it the normal way first. And if it doesn't work that way, then maybe we can get creative. And the truck I'm using for this is the ENK MK1. It's a pretty decent truck. We find it in Alaska, so I see no harm in using it. And I have already loaded the service spare part. Now all we need to do is to deliver it to the port. So let's start the contest. There is only a maximum of 100 damage allowed. So I don't think that's gonna be a problem. But I'm gonna accept it and we're gonna start right away. So one of the reasons behind choosing this truck was it has decent speed. It maintains its speed quite decently. It is very stable, especially on turns like these. We need it to be on all its four wheels. So we are going downhill. This section is very snowy, but I think we won't have any problems here. This is the only section that is gonna take some time. Apart from that, I don't think we should have any problem anywhere. We've completed our first minute. There's the port. And that's it. That's 2 minute 18 seconds. We don't need 7 minutes for it, so it's very simple as you can see. And that's the first contest completed rather comfortably, and I will see you in the next one real soon. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Obvious Response channel where we are attempting another contest. This time, the North Mountain Conquest on the Northport map in Alaska. And I will be using the International Lodestar 1700 for it. So this contest is available right in front of Gateway to White Valley. And a few points here. So I have done a bit of scouting around this area, and this road is mostly barricaded. So there's no way to enter here except for a small opening somewhere here. If you see, there's a little opening, just a little opening between the trees. So it's somewhere around here, and that's gonna be our way up, because if you go all the way here, this is completely blocked by rocks, and there's a fair bit of snow here. So that's gonna take some time to get through, and then you'll have to go all the way up, and then you'll need to climb from there. So I'm gonna attempt it by going through this little gap through the trees, and then go up these cliffs to point A. We have 11 minutes to do this, so let's give it a go. So the Lodestar has been sitting for some time in the garage. I bought it, but we were mostly doing um, contracts after that, so I didn't get to drive it too much. It does have a problem with these little bushes, it gets stuck on these. And as you can see, I've scouted this area, so I've left some tire tracks that should help me to keep on track. Now once you're on this mountain right here, you just need to be careful, because there's a high chance of flipping. So don't try to drive on the peaks per se, just keep it slow and steady between the peaks. And we should be able to make it up there just fine. This is the first point, and the second one is over there. So just back it up nice and slow. Be careful going down. Take your time. It's gonna flip. That's fine, as long as it gets back up. I have the autonomous scout on this. Sorry, the autonomous winch on this, just in case. Yeah. That's number 2. And now we're gonna go for number 3. Slowly. Let me check the map quickly. Yeah, it's down there. So I'm gonna have to go down here first, and then I'll climb back up. I didn't check out the rest of the points, because that would basically mean doing the whole contest. I just checked out the first one. And on our way to number 4. Try to avoid as many trees as possible. We won't be able to avoid all of them, but yeah, avoid as many as you can. And then, where's the last one? Okay, I'll go down here first. Trying not to flip. If you flip, don't panic, just let it roll. 11 minutes is a lot of time. As you can see, we did it in 417 without trying anything too much. So be patient, be relaxed, and it should be good. So yeah, that's the North Peak Conquest done, and I will see you real soon with the next one. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Obvious Response channel, where we are doing the third contest on the Northport map in Alaska, which is Race Down to the Flags. So this contest is available near this warehouse, in between the sawmill and the warehouse. It's right here. And this requires us to visit these three flags in under 8.5 minutes. So this is just a rough route that I've plotted based on the terrain somewhat. I don't think there are any restrictions around this. It's just these trees, so I didn't want to go through them. That's why I've gone around this between these two rocks, and from here we'll see. The last flag is over here, the second one is over here. So we are still using the lodestar. It has been doing pretty well. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it nice and bright, so we are not climbing the mountain in the dark. So let's get started. Make sure to refuel the lodestar once you get here, because this is pretty far from the garage, and we certainly don't want to run out of fuel in the middle of climbing. And for some reason this is fine with the trees, but it gets stuck on these little bushes. They seem to get the better of it. I'm not sure why. So make sure to avoid them as much as possible, although we might not be able to avoid all of them. But here we are at the first flag, and then we pretty much see how we're gonna get to the next one. Just try to keep it as leveled as possible, even if you have to go a little bit left or right. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, again with the bushes. So flag number 2 is all the way over there. Okay, now this is a mistake that I didn't want to make. Getting myself ledged on a peak where all my four wheels are above ground. I'm just gonna go straight for a while. I have the same tires as the previous one, the UOD2. I think they are the best mud tires for the Lodestar. Definitely don't want to go down there. And then okay, there's the third one, and we might have to balance ourselves on top of this mountain pass sort of thing. We should be able to get it rather comfortably, unless we mess something up. It's right there, I can see it. And there it is. So that's 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Again, uh, just be careful not to flip, otherwise it's pretty standard. And yeah, that's all for this contest. I will be with you shortly with what will be the last contest on the Northport map before we move on to others. So yeah, I'll be back in just a jiffy. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Obvious Response channel, where we are doing the last uh, contract, sorry, contest on the Northport map in Alaska. This one's called the West Mountain Conquest, and it gives you the least amount of time, that is 8 minutes, to go to these 4 points. And this contest is near the drilling site right here. Uh, a couple of things. So, if you're doing the contest back to back and you have done the race to flags before this, you will end up somewhere on this mountain. Is it this? Just give me a second. Here. You will end up somewhere over here. So I came down and I used this maintenance trailer to refuel my fuel tank as well as my auxiliary supply so that I don't run out of fuel between the run. And you cannot use it to repair, but you can use your trunk supplies to repair your trucks as well. So make sure everything is fueled up and fully repaired. We're gonna go down here, and somewhere here we're gonna start climbing. So we're gonna climb the mountain, but we won't go to the peak unless it is absolutely required. Another very important thing is I've tried cutting across here in my trials, and it just doesn't work. There are a lot of trees here. It might look like there are less trees, but there are a lot of trees and bushes, and it takes a lot of time to cut across here even though it looks shorter. So we're gonna come back the same way we go in, and then we're gonna climb this side of the mountain to get to the other points. So that was everything I wanted to highlight. So let's start this contest and see how we do. There's a bit of snow right up ahead, so it's gonna take some of our time, but it's absolutely fine. And I'll just fast forward it to the morning so that it doesn't get dark when we're on the mountain. Just keep those wheels moving and you should be out of there rather easily. So we're gonna go in somewhere through here. Those are the tire tracks from my trial runs, or rather scouting runs. It's gonna take a moment here, but once we are up, once we are clear of the trees, we should move rather quickly. So I'm gonna climb only when it's required, and that should be now. There you go. That's one. Come on, don't get stuck. Oh, no, 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 no. That's two. And in my last run, I tried to cut straight across there, but this time I'm gonna go back the way I came. Even though it is a bit longer, but trust me, it will be easier. So now, since I don't have my waypoints with me, I'll just try to make it on my own. Just have to climb on top of this mountain. Okay, don't. And then from here, we need to make our way all the way up there. This is gonna be a bit rough, but just trying to keep it centered, and it should be number 4. There you go. So just take some patience. 8 minutes is a lot of time. So we completed it in 5 minutes and 38 seconds. So that's all the contests on Northport complete. And I will see you soon on the next map with other contests. Until then, take care. Cheers and bye bye.